Hi, welcome to this week's quick business tip. Today we're going to talk about how your inner critic is killing your sales. Let's dive right into this. We're going to talk about what your inner critic is and why dealing with that inner critic is so important to increasing sales in your business. So the inner critic is that voice that's inside your head. It's when you sort of like talk negatively to yourself about all the things that you're doing wrong. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're never going to succeed. Business is going to fail. And it's just this little voice, and it may not even be super present, but you can kind of like hear it whispering back there, making you really doubt yourself. And for me, it's really important to, when I'm having just one of those days where it just feels like the inner critic is winning, I stop and ask myself if I would want to be friends with me if this inner critic was how I was talking to my friends. So this inner critic is, you messed this up. You didn't get this done. You should have had this finished last week. Whatever that inner critic is saying, and it's like, not only is it pointing out where you have failed, but also like talking negatively to you in addition to pointing out the mistake. So, hey, you really screwed this up. You screw up all the time. I don't know why you keep trying to, just all that negative talk. If that was how you spoke to anyone else in your life, you probably wouldn't have very many friends. So remembering to be as kind to yourself and give yourself the same amount of grace that you give everyone else in your life is super critical to tamping that inner critic down. And it's also super important to remember that having that voice in your head is really what's holding you back from reaching your full potential. So if you switch those thoughts from I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not successful enough, I'm not where I wanted my business to be at this point, and change that to I am capable of making this work. I am finding success in my business. I am confident in the services that I deliver to my clients, and start really giving yourself that positive reinforcement that can completely change not only your day-to-day, but also the long-term results as you continue to reinforce that positivity. Another thing that you can do to sort of, turn down the volume on the inner critic is, instead of drawing your attention to your own doubts and your own insecurities, you really focus on your clients and the problem that they have that you are solving for them and how you want to help them. Because if you are not out there serving your clients, the world is going to be worse off without you, because there's not going to be you in your own unique abilities fixing that problem for that own unique client that you work with. So just to recap, try to remember to talk to yourself the same way that you would talk to a close friend, someone that you really cared about. You deserve the same kind of care that you give to everyone else in your life. Also, replace those negative thoughts when you hear them. When they come up in your head, just stop and evaluate and then turn them around. So instead of I'm not smart enough, you say I am smart. I've taken the time to become educated in this area. And then also think about your clients instead of focusing on yourself and your abilities. By focusing on your clients and how you're going to help them and what you do for them and what your business offers them, can sort of like turn down the volume on that inner critic. I hope you found these tips helpful. Please use them in your life. And if you have found these tips to be beneficial to you or your business, please like and subscribe this channel and make sure you share with your friends who can also get value from this. I'm Jennifer with Hoosier Web Chic. Come back next week for more quick business tips.